Hey guys, and welcome to a new Dungeon Defenders 2 video. I'm your host Mr. Peter, and this is the Nuke Monk build. On every gear you want to go full hero damage, and for the weapon you want a heavy type weapon that has hero health, which shoots 5 projectiles and has the max projectile speed, which is times 4. The reason why we're going hero damage is because of the monk's ability, Heroic Boost. Heroic Boost gives you and nearby allies a huge boost in hero damage for a few seconds. Hero damage will make our primary and secondary attacks much stronger, so this build is to encourage the hero damage route that is provided by Heroic Boost. The reason why we have 5 projectiles is to shoot as many targets as we can, and having a heavy weapon will allow us to hit hard with our primary attack, and also synchronizing with a shard called Crane Stance, which I'll explain later on. Let me explain why we're using these 3 mods. Quintuple means 5. We have 5 projectiles on our weapon, so our weapon will deal more damage. You can use heavy chip instead, both of them are the exact same, they just make our weapon deal more damage. Unfortunately though, you can't have both of them on the same gear, so choose either heavy or quintuple. Healthy power, as long as we have 90% of our health, we will always get the bonus stat from the mod. And lastly, damage buff. Heroic Boost is considered as a buff, so once we activate Heroic Boost, we get the bonus stat from the ability and from the mod. How convenient. I actually want to mention the mod Snake Armor. It provides a lot of hero health, plus you take reduced damage. As you can see, I have 1.3 million health, and when I add this mod to my hero, he now has 1.8 million health, so that's pretty cool, and it's only a level 3 mod. I highly recommend this mod as you're only sacrificing 1 damage mod from your chest in exchange for a decent amount of health and damage reduction. If you are going to use this mod, I suggest replacing Quintuple as that gives you the least amount of stats. For the weapon, we have Focus Power Chip. We get a huge percentage boost of weapon damage every time an ability goes on cooldown. This includes pet abilities. So if you have a pet that has a 60-second cooldown plus Heroic Boost going on cooldown, that's more bonus damage for us. So yeah, really good stuff. The next mod is Melee Chip. Just like our tails, we ourselves want to deal bonus percentage damage. You can use any anti-chips that you like, however, I've gone for melee because half the enemies in the game are melee. Lastly, we have Frostfire. This is a very chaotic mod and it's even deadlier when you combine it with water. You can explode enemies and freeze them. It's really good on the monk. You can only find this mod in the Drake and Frostkeep map. Now let's talk about the shards. For the helmet I have Power the Storms. This will allow us to sustain mana more efficiently. We are going to be spamming Heroic Boost as much as we can, so Power the Storm is going to help us sustain and regain that mana. You can find the shard in Chaos 6. Inspiration. This will reduce the cooldown of Heroic Boost, so we can activate it more often. You can find the shard in Chaos 2. The last shard is situational, but I've gone for Brain of Confusion. When multiple enemies are attacking you, they have a small chance to get confused and attack each other. This is great when 2 assassins try to attack you. It is a small chance, so it won't proc all the time, but when it does, it's very satisfying and life-saving. You can find the shard in Chaos 6. You can also use Mana Capacitor for the extra chunk and banner. You can find the shard in Chaos 7. For the chest, I have Heroic Power. This increases the amount of hero damage that we receive from Heroic Boost. Definitely needed. You can find the shard in Chaos 5. Power Gambit. This increases your hero damage but also increases the damage you take. It's definitely worth the trade. You want to have as much damage as you can get, and Power Gambit provides a lot of it. You can find the shard in Chaos 7. The last shard is situational, but I've gone for Taser Suit. This has a small chance to electrocute any enemies that attack you. A great shard to counter assassins. If you hate assassins, definitely use this shard. You can find the shard in Chaos 8. The other shard you can use is Superconductor. This reduces your cost of your abilities. Again, another way of sustaining your mana. You can find the shard in Chaos 8. For the gloves, I have Construction. This increases your build and repair speed during combat phase. Very important. Being able to place down a Sky God or a Flamer is essential. You can find the shard in Campaign or in Chaos 1. Beacon of the Storm. Every time we attack, this creates a damaging lightning element that bounces from enemy to enemy. Really helps on wave clearing. You can find the shard in Chaos 4. And lastly, we have Critical Strikes. this increases our crit chance so we can deal more damage. Fairly simple. You can find the shard in Chaos 1. For the boots, I have Crane Stance. This is very important to have and to understand. Every time we attack with our secondary, we gain stacks. It can stack up to 6 times. These stacks will enhance our next primary attack. Once we hit an enemy with our primary attack, all of our stacks are consumed and we deal huge damage. This is more effective when you have a heavy weapon, hence why we have a heavy weapon. You can find the shard in Chaos 1. And lastly, I have Speed Boost for the movement speed. Self-explanatory, you can find the shard in Campaign or in Chaos 1. The third shard slot is up to you. On my weapon, I have Burning Strikes. This ignites enemies, dealing additional hero damage as magic damage. It can also break the Drakenlord's Ice Shield, so if you hate the Drakenlord, have this shard. You can find the shard in Chaos 5. Drenching Strikes. This drenches enemies, slowing their movement speed. This combos with Beacon of the Storm and with Frostfire, so we can electrocute and freeze them. Very devastating. You can find the shard in Campaign or Chaos 1. You can use Thunderstruck, but I personally prefer Drenching Strikes as it gives me a higher chance to drench enemies. The last shard is situational, but I've gone for Anti-Air. You deal bonus percentage damage to flying enemies. Flyers can be very annoying, but with this crazy combination of Frostfire and Drenching Strikes, plus the bonus damage from the shard, flyers just don't stand a chance. You can find the shard in Chaos 5. The other shards to consider are Sundering Blow. This reduces all the enemies' resistance and take increased damage. You can find the shard in Chaos 8. Life Leech. You gain health based on how much damage you deal. You can find the shard in Chaos 7. And finally, Venomous Strikes. Exactly like Burning Strikes, but you deal poison damage instead of fire damage. You can find the shard in Chaos 8. For your Ascension, put your points onto Heroic Boost damage so we can receive more hero damage from Heroic Boost. Then you want Hero Health. We have a lot of hero damage from our gears and mods, so we need health to survive. Once you maxed out Hero Health, then you can put your points onto Hero Damage. On the utility tree, put points onto Movement Speed. Movement speed is very important. You want to move around the map as quick as possible. Then put your points onto either crit damage, crit chance or mana. There's no right order, you will eventually get all of them. It's just down to your preferences. The Monk's bread and butter combo is using Heroic Boost and then using your secondary. As you can see, we can rack up a lot of damage. Of course, when we kill an enemy, Crossfire is going to detonate and start a chain reaction. Once we get our Crane Stance stacks, Heroic Boost again and auto attack. That's it, fairly simple. To maximize the damage from Crane Stance, you want to use your overhead attack, which will be your 4th attack. So Heroic Boost, 1, 2, 3, hits with your 4th and boom, tons of damage. Comparing the two, one does 82 million and the 4th attack does 192 million. Big difference in damage, but it's up to you if you're patient enough to strike with your 4th attack. The Monk is a very popular hero in DD2 as he's simple yet powerful. He can destroy waves and delete any boss that comes against him. Before I end this video, I would like to thank a bunch of people who's been very supportive and a pleasure to talk to. From Xbox to YouTube, you guys have been bloody amazing. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more DD2 content. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.